In this alternate future, the cities were abandoned because of wars and environmental destruction. That allowed a military dictatorship called the regime to take control. Anyone under 18 is taken from their family and sent to a military academy where they go through harsh training and brainwashing. You're watching Cine Digest, and this is Movie Recapped. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more awesome stories. In the forest, Wace is running, and when she sees a bird on a tree, she pulls out her slingshot and gets ready to shoot, but instead, she reaches out her hand and whispers a word from the native language. Unfortunately, the bird flies away. Her mother, Niska, asks her why she didn't kill it, and Wace says she could hear its voice. They keep walking, and Wace gets distracted by what's around her, so she ends up stepping into a bear trap. Niska runs to release the trap and wrap the wound before helping her walk home. Their home is actually an abandoned car they turned into a house. At night, Niska gets worried because Wace's wound is still bleeding. At that moment, she hears a sound, looks out the window, and sees a drone approaching. She tells Wace to stay quiet, then goes out with her weapon. Niska sneaks carefully, and when she finds the chance, she shoots the drone down, and after it falls, she fires several more shots. And since she knows more drones are coming, she gathers their things and escapes Wace after setting the house on fire. They start crossing the forest, and Wace complains about the pain in her leg, but Niska forces her to keep going to avoid danger. They reach the river, find a boat, and escape with it. They paddle through the night and day, and when morning comes, they arrive at a war-destroyed city. Niska tells Wace no one can see her face, so she ties a bandana on it and makes her pull up her hood. As they sneak through, they hear loudspeakers saying that hiding children is a crime, and the taking age is now 4 years old. While entering an abandoned house, the neighbor spots them and notices Wace is a child. Niska gets scared and prepares a knife, but the man reassures her and says he's hiding his son Trey too. Niska just tells him everyone should mind their own business. At night, Wace sneaks outside and sees Trey standing there. She follows him to the backyard and he shows her an old crashed drone. But Wace hears something and says the drone is still breathing. Suddenly, the drone powers on, but Niska arrives just in time and smashes it. Then she carries her daughter back home. Shortly after, regime forces, the Django, arrive and try to take Trey. He and his father swear he's 18, but the scanner proves he's 15. They take him, and his father is killed trying to stop them. After a while, Niska and Wace reach a market in the slums, where security is heavy, so they move carefully. Large screens play regime propaganda, and Niska gets upset when she sees her old friend Ver supporting it. Suddenly, several drones drop food supplies and people rush to them, but Niska hides Wace. After the crowd scatters, Niska takes her to the home of her friend, Robera. Robera hugs her, remembers Wace as a kid, and lets her feed the cat to keep her busy. In the kitchen, they talk alone, and Niska says Wace needs medicine because her wound is infected, but Robera says the Django now guard the clinics. Niska brings up Ver and says he's Robera's son. When she shows her his graduation picture, Robera says she could enlist too, and that way she'd get citizenship and live better. But Niska refuses because she'd never see her daughter again. The next day, Niska wakes up to Django vehicles entering the market. They start searching people, and Niska doesn't know what to do because Wasi's condition is getting worse. Robera says the Django might save the girl, so Niska tells her daughter she's going to get her medicine and leaves. She tells the officers there's a child inside, runs away, and they take her to the academy. When she reaches an empty place, she collapses. 10 months later, Niska's living in an old apartment, has befriended the neighbors, and when she gets food rations, she gives them to the needy. She works in the market, and her new friend Randy says he found something that could save them and asks to meet her after work. After work, Niska visits the academy wall where families have built a memorial for their kidnapped children. She cries and places Wase's favorite toy. She returns home to find Django searching for terrorists who attacked the academy. At the same time, Wase is doing fine inside the academy. She follows every order and trains like the other girls. 1 week is left until selection day, when some girls will be sent to Emerson State. During the pledge, Wase doesn't repeat it. In her room, she keeps drawing a map of the academy and hides it under the bed. She hears a girl being taken away and never returning, so she worries about her. Later, Niska meets Randy at a bar. He says he found someone who can forge their identities so they can get citizenship. But the idea of living in Emerson doesn't appeal to her because the upper-class people there are arrogant. Randy convinces her it'll help her see her daughter again. In the afternoon, Niska visits the memorial and falls asleep. She wakes up to a wild horse and calms it down. She finds more horses tied up and returns the lost one. She hears a sound and follows it, finding Charlie with a laptop issuing commands. Then 2 adults come out of the academy with children, and Niska thinks they're kidnapping them, so she attacks. They capture her, cover her head, and after hours, remove the cover and she finds herself in a dark place. They tell her she's on Cree land, the native people's territory, and she says she's Cree too and speaks some of their language. This group carries out night raids to rescue their children from the academy. Their leader Ida tells Charlie to research Niska because she might be useful. They take her to the big fire and introduce her to the elder, who says that long ago they were told a guardian would come from the north to save them, and he thinks Niska is that guardian. They celebrate the children they rescued and feed her well. At night, Niska sneaks out and sees a tent full of children, and the sight makes her cry. Ida finds her, and Niska tells her about Wase. Ida is amazed she hid her daughter all those years, and welcomes her into their group. The next day, Niska wants to leave, but the people tell her Wase is in danger. The academy trains children to become puppets of the regime. They say they can save her, but they want Niska to lead all the children north to safety. And Niska thinks it's just a myth. But they insist it's real and that they need someone who knows how to survive off the land. Niska says the journey is 3 weeks long, and she can't hide the children from drones. Leo says she has to save Wase before she gets sent to Emerson and brainwashed forever. Niska breaks down and runs, and Leo follows her, not understanding why she's so determined to leave Wase with the regime. Niska says the regime has food, medicine, and education. Then she escapes. Leo tells Ida she's not the guardian, but Ida says she just needs time. At the academy, Wase sees the missing girl return, mentally broken. She sees a bird on the fence and tries speaking to it in Cree, but the bird flies off. At night, she waits till everyone sleeps and sneaks out. She unlocks the gate and gets out. As soon as she runs outside, the alarm goes off, the soldiers catch her and put her in a cell. In the morning, Niska returns to her apartment and is shocked to find her favorite neighbor dead. She finds many corpses. Randy finds her, covers her face, and says there's a virus. The borders will close at night and they must get their new IDs and escape. They reach the market and hear loudspeakers ordering evacuation. They find Ribera and her house torn apart. Ribera is sure the government put something in the food. Randy says they should take her to the shelter, but she can't cross the border. While walking, a soldier finds them, restrains them, examines them, then throws them onto a bus. Randy has a smoke bomb and tells Niska to wait for his signal and run from the back. Niska says Ribera is coming with them. Ribera sees one of the Django, it's Vuri, and tries to reach him, but they threaten her with weapons. Randy throws the smoke and runs, but Ribera runs forward trying to reach her son. When one of the Django stops her, Niska attacks him and chokes him with the cuffs. Another soldier raises his gun at her, but Randy comes back and stabs him. After killing both, they take the gun and run. Ribera approaches Vuri, who points his weapon and tells her to stay back. She tries to remind him who she is, but he curses at her and shoots her. Randy tries to help her, but a soldier shoots him in the arm. Suddenly, the Django drop dead, and Niska sees Leo and Simon have arrived. They say their traditional goodbyes to Ribera, and Niska realizes Leo was right about the brainwashing, so she decides to help. She wraps Randy's wound, apologizes, and leaves with her people. In the truck, she learns they cross without inspection. Leo reveals he has a passcode because his father is an energy diplomat. He also knows about the virus and says Emerson created it. The Django planned to start a war and use the children as an army. Simon tells the story of the elder woman who prayed for 4 days and saw a vision of a giant mosquito coming at them and a guardian from the north rising. At the academy, they take Wace out of her cell and return her to her room. The instructor insults her roots and her people, calling her Elizabeth instead of her name. Wace tries to deny it, but the instructor shows her a video from 10 months earlier of Niska turning her into the Django. The girl breaks down. Later, she's in weapons training and breaks the speed record assembling the rifle. A girl says she cheated and calls her savage, so Wace attacks her and beats her. The instructor loves it and lets her go on for a while before stopping her. She asks if anyone wants to challenge her. No one does. She asks if Wace is ready to fight for her country. When Wace says yes, she announces Wace will be sent to Emerson tomorrow. For the first time, she recites the pledge. In the Kree camp, Niska enters a council meeting and says they must start the attack and wonders why they're waiting. Ida says the regime built a new mining road close to the camp and they must leave tonight. Niska says she won't help if they don't save Wace first, and the council hesitates. One of the elders says they must stay together, so they agree to go before evacuation. At night, Charlie guides Niska and Leo through the sewers. They reach the control room and wait for the guard to leave. Leo turns on the computer so Charlie can hack the system. He finds where the girls are and opens the doors. Niska finds Wace, who accuses her of betraying her. Niska cries, apologizes, and they reconcile. The guard returns and finds the hacked system, triggering the alarm. The Jongo starts searching and Leo is forced to kill 2 soldiers to defend himself. Charlie sees troops heading out and says the Kree camp has been discovered and the soldiers are almost there. Niska tells Leo there's no time and plans to escape with Wace, but Wace says she senses something coming. Charlie sees the same thing and tells them to run. Leo asks Niska to save the girls while he holds the soldiers off. He says a traditional prayer and runs to face a drone, but Niska returns and shoots the drone first. Then she tells Wace to lead the girls out and Charlie to lock the doors to delay the soldiers. Wace remembers the map and says she knows the way out. In the camp, people are packing and the soldiers are close. Ida tells Simon to lead the people while she waits for the children and gives an inspiring speech. The soldiers arrive, demand surrender, and throw gas grenades. The warriors throw the grenades back at them. Niska's truck arrives and they're surprised the soldiers let them pass. Then Leo realizes it's a trap. Wace holds her head because she hears a strange sound. Suddenly the sky fills with drones like the Elder's vision. Niska tries to hide Wace in the truck, but the girl runs out to face the soldiers. She raises her hand and says the same words she said to the birds, controlling a drone. Charlie realizes she's the true guardian, and she makes the drones aim their weapons at the soldiers until they retreat. The Kree celebrate, but a soldier hiding in the grass tries to shoot Wace, so Niska runs in front of her and takes the bullet. Someone kills the soldier quickly, and everyone rushes to Niska as she dies slowly. They cover her with a blanket, and Wace holds her mother in the final moments. The drones form a circle around them. Subscribe and turn on the bell to see more videos. Thanks for watching. And that's the end of today's movie. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Cine Digest for more amazing stories with Movie Recapped.